Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. So last time I was gilding some windows. I think I'm going to try and move on a bit and see what happens inside the castle. And I can come back later and gild a few more of the outside areas. Oh my goodness, this looks chunky. All regions are rectangular. Right. Neighbouring regions must have different areas. So as a region, and we have some palisades. Okay, so those bits we can do fairly easily. This has to be in a 3x4 region. There's not enough space for 6x2 in any direction. And I think 3x4 only works like that. Now we could do that, and that. Would be a perfectly reasonable way to fill this in. And I think for this to be rectangular, it's going to have to, I suppose the other possibility is the 4 could be vertical, and the 3 could be vertical as well, but this one can't be 3x4, it's going to have to be 2x6. That's another one. Three, 1, 4. 4 can't extend vertically up here because this one would be a problem for it. Now if that goes like that, then this would have to continue like that. Okay, so far all of this looks possible. That's going to have to, not that one, this one is going to have to go something like that. So if I put a 3 here and a 4 here, and then, right, these 2 8s cannot touch. Two and ones, so the ones don't touch. This 4 cannot touch that 4. Now that's going to have to go that way because if it comes upwards, it runs into the other 4. this could be a horizontal 4. Which then means this one can be horizontal 3. This has to be at least a 3 by 3. And that's a 4 by 1, that's a 2 by 1, and that was a 3 by 1. Now we could do a 2 by 1, a 2 by 2, oh rats. So this has to extend out. Forest restored. Complete the final puzzle in the forest area. Okay, we're splitting in 3 routes by the look of it. Bricky. There cannot be a point where 4 borders meet. This one, Watchtower, counts how many regions are touching the clue. And this one, Inequality, the tip points towards the smaller region. Okay, let's try right to left. This is going to be tricky. This rule can also be stated as borders must never make a plus shape. Whenever adding a border between 2 cells would make a plus shape, you can join those cells immediately. Okay. So these ones, let's see. Oh yeah, that can't come around that far. So just want to put that one all the way around to there. And up again. And now we only have 3 there. But these two have to be different, so these two have to be the same. These two have to be the same. That has to be different. This is the problem. These two have to be different because there's a solid line. So those two must be the same. These two have to be different because there's a solid line. And that has to be different. So that has to go like that. But now this and this has to go like that. This one okay, that has to come across here because of that. And this has to come down here because of that. Okay. And down there because of that one, and across there because of that one. Right, that's okay, because I can extend this down and across. Yeah. Like I said, I think these ones can be quite tricky. So that's forced. That can't grow any larger. So those are forced, and I think that's forced. Hang on a second. look out if the corner of the region touches another corner, it will cause 4 borders to meet. That has to be at least 2. So if I do something like that, right, that. Okay. That's the end of the training ones for this. Bricky and area number. Can't go down, I have to go across. 3. Can't go to there. Can't finish there. Must go this way. This could be part of this border, actually, yeah. I don't know where this ends. These are going to have to come out. That's going to be different. Yeah, that's okay. This cannot get to that square. So I think it's going to have to do something like that. Right, so joining that onto there breaks. That breaks that. That one breaks that side. So it has to be that. This has to get out. Okay, there is only one cell that is not part of the region. I'm going to fill this in. Right, if I take a cell out, then yeah, that corner it doesn't like. The question has to be, where can I take one out? It doesn't border anything else. It doesn't like the corners meeting. No, that's got a corner there. That's going to have a corner here. That has a corner there, and that one has a corner here. That one has a corner there. That's got a corner there, that's got a corner there. Corner, corner. Lots of corners. Corner there. Corner down, corner up there, corner down there. Corner. Wasn't what I meant to do, but that one. That's the only one which doesn't form a corner. Okay, each region contains exactly one of each symbol. No, so there's a corner there. So I have to pull these ones into a single region. That was a 3 as well. Ooh. Okay, I can do that, because then I have to do that, that. And force that, 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 that. I think the problem's going to be here, because the missing corners, yeah, are forcing a problem with that. So now that I know where the problem is, I know I have to do something like that, that, and that. That was nice. Not too hard. I think that's a nice way to work out what to do. Okay, 2. All regions must be one of these shapes. That does not work. Therefore, the question has to be, can I actually just you don't have to use every shape that's provided. All regions are rectangular. Interesting. So 2 by 3 doesn't work there. And 2 by 3 down here. Could potentially work. No, it didn't work there. The expand one doesn't work because these two are going to form a corner. And the same that way, so it has to be 2 by 3. So that I can lock in. That and that and that could join together, but of course, in fact, this has to extend up and again. So it is forced, and it might have to extend down, and we'll see in a bit. That's as far as that one can go. Okay. Gemini. And it's a big region. Okay, we have to go across there, and we have to cut across there. Do we have to go that way, or could we go horizontally? Something has to join across somewhere. If these two both stop here, then we have a problem. So they have to continue. Again, we have a problem. So this has to continue. Means this one needs a straight 4. And this one needs a straight 3. Where's the... Oh, there's the window. Bricky. 15 of 29. I don't know where across the way that one goes. Yeah. No, that's not right. Keep hiding the 2s away. I think that side has to do that. Uh, 5 and 10. We have 15. So not that. Sneaky. Can't do the 5 and 10 because of the Bricky rule. Stand there. No, that's another 2. Keep expecting a high difficulty one. I think that has to do that. Otherwise that one's going to be a problem. Means that can be that. No, it can't. We can do that. Yeah, that was nice once you saw how the T-pieces had to fit. Oh. Okay. That cannot be a single on its own, so it has to extend out. Can't. I'm going to just block off the regions with different size areas in them, because I think that gives me another pile of edges for free. So for example, that. Right. And that's going to have to come up there. And it's going to have to take these two. That's the only shape that one can be. That has to take that. And I don't know where it goes from there. These two fours have to be connected because of the borders the other side. These two fours have to be connected, and they're probably connected to either the left or the right, but I don't know which. And those have to be connected. And one of these goes to here. And all of the remaining things are part of these four regions, unless the regions otherwise merge with one another. Well, that doesn't work. Okay, that would work for filling in the fours. Uh, Yeah, there may not be a way to. Yeah, that has to go horizontally. However, I've filled the twos in, I think. I suppose the other way would have been I did that, that, that. Now this one's broken, but that's fixable. No, I've got to. Okay. Application of gaffer tape worked. Almost. Yeah, that was quite nice. Okay, 3. It's to go across that width. Means the 2 has to go across that width. That was the easy part. And the temptation is to draw the 3x3 up to the edge. No, that's not going to work. So this, I think, has to come like that. Now, is that a... No, it's not a 2x2, so it's that one. That doesn't work. I do that. This corner is going to be a problem. Okay. Reasonably straightforward. 1s and 4s. So something has to go either across that edge or across that edge. Across there or across there. If I do that, that will work. But that won't. That will. Bricky and Roxy and Palisade. That's going to have to come down like that. Oh, I completely forgot about the whole regions are rectangular. So let's join that onto that, onto that. If we do that, satisfies those two. But okay, forgetting that they had to be rectangular, didn't actually hold it up much. Bricky, Gemini, and Delta. So I think we have to start with something like that. We could continue like that. That can't continue, so that would have to be separate. That can do that. Yeah. Yeah, and there is another one around the corner there. Ooh, it's difficulty 1. think that's forced to stop getting nasty corners in there. This, we have to take something around the edge. Yeah, that doesn't quite work. I do that and that. Yeah, that works. So there are 12, 12 twos, 6, yeah, there are 12 twos, and they have to not run into each other because we have to be able to fill in the 40. Getting harder. Where are we? 4 more. Area of exactly 4. Eek. Oh, these could join. It's tempting to join them. On the other hand, I could also do that. Let's fill in a few more of these bits. Something different. These two have to be joined. Let's have a bit more colour variation, I think. If I do that, oh, then I have a problem. I have 7 cells. I need 3 regions of 4 in this area. So that would work. Okay. There's almost another 2 hiding somewhere. now. 13, 9, and 11. Oh, interesting. So even with the 9s joined, there's not quite enough room to have two lots of 13. So that means these two have to join. And that's the only way they can. And the 9s have to be the ones that don't join. Two to go. So there are 4 cells unaccounted for. Let's stick some borders across things that have to be. I think this looks like the 16 is going all the way around the edge. Okay, not quite. It's... Ooh, doesn't quite work there. Okay, that is 16. And it doesn't like that corner, which is fair enough. Now it's going to not like that corner. So I took it round the edge for a good reason. That seemed to be the only place it could go. I wonder... No. Okay, the 16 has to come out one way or another. Now if I do that and put just a single thing in there, then it works. Three. Bricky, Solitude and Palisade. Ooh. This area is going to be a problem. That can't go up. Can't go left. Can't go right. Because that one. So that has to start off down. This can't go like that because of that corner. Can't go like that because of that corner. has to go like that. This one has to take in that corner and has to sort out that corner. Okay, and then the rest should all be plain sailing, I think. That has to be green. The only way this one can be green is for this. To take a very long journey. And blue has to get up into that area. Yeah. Silver Age. Turn 20 windows silver. Okay. That's a very good place to stop, I think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back again soon with another one.